All right, so I'm going in with my scraper and I'm cutting the bottom of the comb off of the lid. All right, and grabbing the top and bending it towards me. And I look at this piece first because these bees can't go anywhere. I might see the queen running off of that when I separate it. So now look on there. Do you see the queen on there anywhere? Just keep looking. Nope, we don't see the queen on that one. And now I'm looking inside here. What do you see down inside those cells? You see eggs and larvae. Very good. So the queen might have been here because just recently there's eggs and larvae in this frame. And so now I'm holding it from the top and I'm going to shake these bees down into the bucket. Okay? And you have to be very careful because this wants to crush. And just flick off any bees that are here. Now this piece, you can pass it around and see the larva inside here. Now, what I would typically be doing is throwing this comb right into this bucket over here. But you guys want to see what it's in it, so I'll pass it around. And now, look, I'm not rushed doing this, right? If I'm rushed, the bees are going to know it. They're going to be acting differently. They're not going anywhere. Because I know that the queen's laying, because I see eggs, larvae. She can't go anywhere. So she's just going to be hiding somewhere on this spot. So now I'm going to take this. Which one? Yeah, pollen. Oh, coming back with pollen. So now I'm coming back to this next piece of comb. And you see how easy this is to work in this position? And so now I'm taking this next piece of comb. I'm looking on this one. What's that one right there? No, that's a drone. And so, don't confuse the drones with the queen. That's a drone, big eyes, right? Anybody want to see the drone?
He can't sting you.
He can't sting. Drone. It's not the queen. And so now what I'm looking at, you see these caps? What are those caps? No. They're larvae, they're cocoons, because they're more of a brown color and they look more like cloth than they do wax. And so now I'm going to flip it over and I'm looking for the queen on here and I don't see her on this piece. So I'm going to shake the bees into this box. And when you shake them, take another look. You know, like I said, stick your head down in there and you might see her run. You know? So flick the bees off. Alright, flick the bees off. And then you can pass this piece around and you can actually break it open and you'll see pupa inside the comb there. Now, we're still looking for that queen, right? So we're going to our second piece of comb and we're cutting it off. And right when it's ready to fall, that's when you're grabbing the edge and moving forward, okay? And so I'm looking on, oh, there she is. You see her? Okay, so there's the queen. She's running.
Yeah, she stood up after the.
Now Sierra's just gonna grab her. All right, she's got her in her hand. All right, now watch what she does to get her in the cage. Lightly cup her in your hand.
I can feel her crawling around. I'm gonna take this queen cage. I'm gonna hold it up to the light, and she's gonna crawl right in there.
She just did.
See? She just crawled up. Yep.
Wow.
Okay, now your blue piece of tape goes across that, and what that's gonna do. Now you've won. All right? These bees are going to go wherever that queen goes. Now she's going to take that queen and go back to the frame of eggs and larvae that she has. She's poking a hole at the end, one hole. And she's going to mount it on that frame.
We have eggs and little tiny larvae here. I'm going to just mount her right in the top, like that. Actually, this is an older cage, so you can see that the bees have waxed and propolized it shut. I want to make sure that I leave the open parts where the bees can feed her. Okay, like this. I've got to make a depression so that the bees can get to that little hole that I put there. Now we're good.
Now that goes right in the center.
Why do you insert into the comb instead of doing the trick with the screw?
Young bees will be on this frame right here.
They go right around the queen.
They'll go right around the queen, and they'll be feeding all of these larvae.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so you can hang it. I like to hang it personally. You know, it's just.
I like to put it right in the comb.
If sometimes, you know, if it's not great, you know, this can fall out. So you want to be really careful that you butt it right up against you know, another frame so she doesn't fall down on the ground.
Okay, go ahead and hold this just like this, and I want you to shake the bees off of it. Okay, so just be careful that you don't pinch a bee underneath, and shake the bees. Now, if you can't shake them, brush them with the other hand. Just flick them off like this. Okay, go ahead and flick them off. All right, you don't want to be afraid of them. Now, when you hold this piece of comb, just go like this. You know, just nice and sharp. You see how they come off? And then you throw that piece of comb in there. That makes a great piece of comb for your swarm box. All right? So now, I want you to take this piece of comb off, okay? Kneel down, and what you're going to do is you're going to take that scraper and put it right down along the bottom, okay? And just start pushing a little bit, like that. Just push, push.
You don't sharpen these scrapers?
No. Okay, beautiful. I like how you slid that. Okay, now put your hand up here and hold that from falling over. Set your scraper down, okay, and pick it up. Pick it straight up. There you go.
Sorry. It's okay. No, she's got the camera.
Now hold it pretty good and give it a good shake. There you go. That's a shake. That's a shake. Like that. Quick and, you know, just like that. All right? Take that piece off all by yourself. Now remember, as you're cutting it, you got to hold it. So.
You ever had the case where the worker bees can't get the queen out of the cage?
Yes. Not very often. So you want to check it at day 3 to 5. If she's not out, just let her out.
Click it.
You did that one all by yourself. What's up with that? You getting used to it? Awesome! Now you have to take a bite of that comb. Not with the bees on it. Okay, beautiful. Are you done? No, the bees aren't in the box yet. All right, so take this piece, throw it in there. Now take your lid, all right? Lift up the lid. And tip it up into the box here and shake it. Shake it. Get all the bees off there. Shake it. There you go.
Some of them can hang on.
And it doesn't matter if they fly. All right, just shake it off, flick them off, do whatever. Now this lid and that swarm box is primed for another set of bees. This one is going to be a booming swarm box because pheromones are here. I'm not going to scrape this off. Leave it on there because you've got pheromones now on there. Now you see how the bees are, a lot of bees are staying down in here, a lot of bees are flying. Now I'm coming to my swarm box and I'll take out my piece of old comb, shake off bees. I can take out my pheromone strip and save it because there's still pheromone in there. So that's going to be good, right? And now I want to shake this one into this box. Okay? And now I can take this and just bang it on the ground. But I want to get rid of this because you don't want the bees smelling this and thinking this is their home. So you want them to think that's their home. So just move this away from the situation.
Don't forget your screws. You don't want them in your tires.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I hate when that happens.
Okay, so you're going light on the smoke now because you want the bees to start collecting, you know, where they're at. And so this comb should be removed because they're going to smell this and think this is home, right? We don't want them thinking this is home. So take that away. And now we can come over here and we can take out our frame of bees like this. And you can do a couple different things. You can just set this inside the...
It has the queen in it though.
This has the queen in it, right? Now we can set this right next to these bees like this. And they would start, you know, collecting right on this, this frame. Now that's going to take a little while, you know? I do things, I want to get them done, right? So I'm going to take...
You don't say.
I'm going to take this box and lightly with my hand, I'm going to gently come down and from the bottom, just start scooping up some bees. And I'm going to put those bees right on this frame.
The scooper.
Right on the frame. Now what they're doing is they're finding the queen and now they're putting their pheromones on this frame. Okay, so now they're going to say, oh, that's home. All right, so just let them walk around on the frame a little bit. Now if you're afraid to use your hand, if you're wearing those rubber gloves, You don't have to be worried. You know, you're picking these, you're not doing it like I'm doing it, all right? So then lightly I'm gonna start twisting this so the bees aren't falling off, and just put it right down into the center, all right? Now that's home. All right, that's beautiful home. I'm pushing these frames together. Now this one, I'm gonna clean up as much as I can out of this box because I don't want all the garbage falling into the hive. And the cleaner the bucket is, the better. Now I can shake these bees, one bounce, they're all gonna be in this corner, and then I could lightly bounce them into this box. I don't want to bounce them in right over top of my eggs and larvae. I'd bounce them to the outside because if there's any garbage falling in, it's going to fall to the outside. They'll clean it out. All right, so, or now that I have bees in here already, because I scooped them out and they're in here,
That's your lid.
lid. That's my lid.
What do you want?
I wanted one with a top entrance.
We need to, we don't have any because we
Okay.
need to build
Now, do you have bees fighting each other because they're coming from the bottom hive trying to get into the...
No, that bottom thing's just to lift it up so we had something to set it on.
Okay.
So this lid doesn't have the, you know, the strips on it.
I'm gonna make some.
So I would take a stick, just any stick, and I would prop this up just to give that top entrance, okay? For some reason when you're doing this, the bees love that, that top little entrance. So if I had a lot of garbage in here like what you have in here now, I would do this. I know the queen's inside, I have bees inside marking, so they're putting their pheromone in here. I'm bouncing this box. And then I'm dumping the bees right on top, and all that garbage can just lay right on the top. All right, and then I'm coming back, knocking the bees out of this container, getting rid of this container because it has their smell in it. Moving it off to the side, and you watch those bees just move right into that box.
You'll see bees fanning, sticking their butts up in the air and fanning, and you'll see